Hello pilots and welcome back to another X-Wing flight video brought to you by Out of Arc Gaming. As always, my name is Phil and today we have Scum versus Empire and they are assaulting those satellite arrays. But joining me for this we have...
It's someone who's never truly gone. It's James. I'm here again.
You're always there, just ready... Should the
if not in person, I'm like a force ghost just bothering you at times with Star Wars stuff.
I'm genuinely now going to have to make a force ghost version of you as a card.
Well,
I don't know what
I'm glad you clarified as a card, not like for real.
Don't worry. We're going to definitely keep you around. We like you here. But we've got distracted. Things have started moving. Let's run through those lists. Do you want to let us know what's on the Scum side?
Yeah, so Ben has brought Dengar with Notorious, Greedo Gunner, Contraband Cybernetics, and the Punishing One title. He's also got Bossk with Marksmanship, Lando Calrissian, that's the Scum crew version, a Novice Technician, the Gar Saxon Gunner and Contraband Cybernetics, Cad Bane with an ion cannon and a heavy laser cannon, Electronic Baffle and Xanadu Blood, and Viktor Hel with his own ion cannon and heavy laser cannon.
I do like Viktor Hel, like in the Rogue and also in the Kirax. He's a cool pilot.
I like his pairing with Bossk here, but we can go into in a little bit. What are you flying?
So after the travesty that was the last time I flew the Empire, I thought I'd try something pretty much the same but slightly different. So I've still got bombers. I have Tomax Bren with Saturation Salvo, Barrage Rockets, and Bomblet Generators. I've got Major Rhymer with Saturation Salvo, Barrage Rockets, Seismic Charges, and Delayed Fuses. And Captain Jonus with Saturation Salvo, Barrage Rockets, and Bomblet Generator. It's annoying that Rhymer has a different loadout and points, so you can't just have three exactly the same with different abilities, but hey. We've also got Lieutenant Lareer in the Interceptor with Lone Wolf and Sensitive Controls. And rounding the list off is Captain Oiken with Trick Shot, Discipline, Plasma Torpedoes, Tactical Officer, Minister Tour, Agile Gunner, and obviously the Dauntless title, because Oiken needs that title, basically.
Now, the game's already started. Which scenario are you playing here?
So it's Assault of the Satellite Array, so sticking within range 1 of those satellites to score them from round 2.
I just want to point out, in case people missed it during the setup, that the sort of 5th token on the board is up near that debris, just on the edge of the planet. The glare is hiding it a little bit. I just want to point that out.
These are some very nice tokens. Very shiny tokens. So if this
They're great in person. On a camera, does do that sometimes.
Yeah, if you get the angle just right, it can be a bit tricky. But I absolutely love these tokens from By the Same Token. In fact, all of the tokens on the board that will go on the mat are By the Same Token. Not sponsored. Just absolutely love their tokens. They are so just bright and clear.
And you have returned to the board with bombers. You've basically swapped out the Punisher for Oiken, which I feel is a decent swap.
It is, and again, I love the Punisher. I think it's such a cool model. I wanted to give it a try, and it's not quite in the right place yet.
You've also made adjustments to the bombers' loadouts. You've gone for Barrage Rockets on all of them.
Yeah, so I was having a chat with Ben, who resoundingly whooped my butt last time. Different Ben K rather than Ben G. And he was sort of saying to me about how other people were running the bombers, and he suggested I give this a try. So Barrage Rockets only needing the focus. I actually really like Barrage Rockets as well. They're quite solid, so you don't have to rely on having someone target locked and them still being there. And Saturation Salvo, actually, an upgrade I'd never really looked at before, but is very solid. So while you perform a missile or torpedo attack, you may spend 1 charge from that upgrade. If you do, choose 2 defense die. The defender must re-roll those dice.
Yeah, it's a very strong pairing with Barrage Rockets that, you've got 5 charges on that anyway.
Yeah. 5 charges, of which you can actually spend 1 or more to re-roll your dice, and spend 1 to make them re-roll their dice. It's re-rolls are plenty.
The Saturation Salvo and Barrage Rocket ability kind of gets around not having a target lock, and with it only being a focus needed to attack, you've got a lot more freedom of choice on who you are shooting at.
Yeah, which is... Yeah, I love that as well, and I think that's one of the sometimes downside of when you've got munitions and you've got to have target locks, especially with your lower initiative pilots. You don't know if they're still gonna be there, or as is the case, I had initiative, so nothing was in range for me to target lock when I moved. So I would have taken a focus anyway. Now I can still use Barrage Rockets if I have something in range. And again, with the combinations of the pilots we've got here, I've got plenty of shenanigans with Jonus also allowing re-rolls, so I don't necessarily have to spend charges. I've got Reimer that can increase and decrease the range, and Tomax Bren because he's cool, and I5.
Yeah, I mean, in theory, dice can still be dice. You've got some very accurate Imperials here.
Yes. So it's going to be interesting to see how that goes. Now, something I do want to quickly point out as well. I did make a mistake, several, with Lieutenant Laria. His ability, when doing a barrel roll, you must use the bank template.
Did you forget that you had to?
I just forgot about it in general.
So he's basically just an interceptor.
Yeah, I forgot about it in general. I just got excited by bombers.
Yeah, fair enough. I realised that the version you sent me, sort of peeling back the curtain, I get sent the lists a bit before the game. Laria apparently has precision ion engines as well, which is not listed on the overlay.
Yeah, it's not listed on the overlay because when I wrote it, I went, "Oh, I've got some points. I'll put that on there," and then realised it's pointless. It doesn't do anything for the interceptor because it already has the three sloop. So completely pointless putting that on there.
Fair enough. Shows how much I play Imperials.
Yeah, apparently shows how much I played them as well, because I didn't even spot. I just put it on there and went, I'll whack it on there. Ooh.
But we are over to some shooting. Looks like Reimer's already taken a pretty nasty crit.
Yeah, weapons failure straight off the bat there. Not a good start.
I think Tomax has a decent chance of getting something onto Dengar.
It looks like it's going to be a barrage rocket onto Dengar. Will we end up seeing Saturation Salvo come into play, I wonder?
I do like Ben's combination of Greedo on Dengar, because he's initiative 6, so you got a much better chance of Greedo being beneficial to you.
It's a very good space for Greedo to be on. Anything initiative 5 or 6 is a good spot for Greedo because you're not going to get bit by it unless they don't have a shot. There's the Jonus reroll, spending that focus for 3 hits.
That's good. And then
saturations.
Yeah.
It's a tough one, but worth making a reroll on both. And it ended up being.
Yeah, I guess you saved him a focus token, but it's worth a try.
Yeah, it's always worth a bit of a punt.
Still got A damage on him anyway.
And Dengar is a lot of points and quite scary because he's got Notorious, Contraband Cybernetics, Greedo, as you've already mentioned, and his own ability where he can just go, I'm going to shoot you again.
Yes, I can't quite remember the timing phase. After you defend, so I guess that got missed, or he's saving it for someone else.
He's doing it now. What did get missed was I didn't do weapons failure on Major Rhymer. I am a terrible player. But I have just been strained by Notorious, which is a great combo. Strain with Notorious, then use Dengar.
So this is what I quite like about Ben's list here is, who is it? There's something here that I was reading. Oh, that was it. Gar Saxon, gunner on Bossk. So while you perform target lock, you can only block in front. That bit doesn't matter. While you perform a primary attack, if the defender is in your front or rear main arc, so I guess not the full 180 that Bossk has, you may remove one orange or red token from the defender to roll one additional die to a maximum of 4. So Dengar throwing out that token with Notorious, or Viktor Hel's ability to give a stress token, all happens before Bossk even activates for shooting. Bossk can quite easily get 4 dice.
It's very, very good. It's a very good combination and a scary one at that. But more Barrage Rockets going through. Dengar now down to 3 health with a damaged engine. So that's
He's done a good job getting a lot of damage on Dengar early.
Yeah, I think looking at this board state, Dengar and Bossk are the ones that are quite scary because their damage output, again, as you pointed out with Bossk,
they're also the most points on Ben's list. And Dengar, yes, we just went over Bossk having a very powerful attack. Dengar shooting twice, I think, makes him more of a threat.
The punishing one has always been quite a scary ship, but that is a bomber down. That's Rhymer down.
That is Rhymer gone. Which one was Rhymer?
He's
the range changer. That's the one.
He's the range changer, so he's a nice one to have. I mean, they're like, in a weird way, if I was going to have lost one, I probably would have preferred Tomax Bren to go down, because his ability doesn't really do anything in this, but he's I5, which is nice. So Rhymer and Jonus are probably my 2 favoured bomber pilots, and if I was only going to run 2, they're the 2 I would probably run, because having Barrage Rockets at range 1 to 3 is just silly.
Now I'm assuming that Rhymer was too far away from Oiken to trigger Disciplined.
Yes, it's range 0 to 2, because otherwise that would have been most likely a target lock. I'm pretty sure Discipline is 0 to 2.
That's not what I'm reading. Again, it's an Imperial upgrade, so I don't use it a lot.
It is 0 to 3. Maybe it was in range.
Because that could have been a target lock, or, which is my favourite thing when you send this over to me, a potential barrel roll on on a decimator.
The thought of a decimator doing
when a large base ship does a boost like a Falcon, that's cool. When they barrel roll, it's like, what?
Obviously, you have to do it with the side of the template, which is a shame. Imagine if it was like a regular, like, small base barrel roll style you did.
I think that was like very early version 1 rules.
Believe so. Well, at least with the what are now medium base, because they were all small base ships back then. But a lot of damage going through there. Dengar's taking quite a bit, so is Viktor. Oiken's only taken 1. We've lost Rhymer, so it's 7 points to 1 in Ben's favour because of Rhymer going down. So, not insurmountable.
You spread out quite a bit more and got quite a few objective points.
Yeah, he's got a good objective spread there as well, which is always good. Always good.
He opted to go for Ion into Oiken.
Again, red token.
Oh, true, red token for Bossk.
Yeah, that Ion won't disappear until I get 3 of them on there.
I hadn't considered that. That's okay. I completely understand the Ion. Get 1 Ion on a large ship, and then Bossk just has a permanent buff against it. That's amazing.
It's very good. It's very good.
I don't know. He's got to keep shooting at it to get an eye on it. It's okay. You got to get 3 on it. But yeah, just leave it there now.
Yeah.
I would
I mean,
never have
it's a
thought of that.
great tactic. I mean, that's one of the really fun things with the Scum faction. There's so many different interesting combinations in there that they can do. And that is just an absolutely brilliant one. Laria going for that sloop.
Nice, like to see it.
Wanted to keep the hurt in on Dengar. I think, obviously, it was what I was doing anyway, but I like to think that that's a good position to be in. So, like, see if we can get Dengar down, because he's, again, double tapping with Greedo. He's scary.
Yes.
You want to get him down quickly. But then again, you've got these two rogues coming in.
Yeah, those rogues, they aren't as many points, but they are still something you cannot totally ignore.
Especially with their Dead to Rights ability in the Bullseye, where you can't spend green tokens to modify defense die.
Which is why the heavy laser cannon works so well with them.
I mean, I love heavy laser cannon. I love proton cannon on them as well.
I'm a massive fan of heavy laser cannon.
It just fits with that ship so well. And plus, I like the rogues. I think they're really cool ships in general. They look menacing. I did enjoy borrowing a third rogue and running 3 of them for one of our Patreon lists. Almost made me want to buy another box.
There's a lot of games like that. You see, you go, oh, what if I just bought another one of these?
I'll be interested if they ever do it as. I mean, I know they've got them as the dual pack. I'd be interested if they ever did them as a single pack. But at the same time, I think the dual pack is actually really good value, because you're going to get 2 ships. It's slightly cheaper than if you were buying them separately. You tend to get a lot of upgrade cards in there as well. And for ships like this, they're ones that you're going to want to have multiples of straight away.
Plus, you don't end up with a bunch of spare pilot cards that are duplicates, and you're going, well, what do I do with these? I guess just recycle them.
I mean, the amount of cards I have duplicated.
Dengar bumped again, or has he got past?
Oh no, he's K'd over with Contraband Cybernetics as well.
Does that fit? I think that fits.
It fits.
Ooh, that is...
Oh, savage. I don't like that.
Yeah. If only... Well, I don't know. Well, I can't quite remember where Tomax was, but...
If Tomax had done a 1 bank, it would have been better. I'm pretty sure he did a 2.
I was thinking more of the Bomblet Generator that he's got.
Yeah, but I think it might have been in range. If I'd have done it as the Nimble Bomber down towards the bottom of the board, it might have stuck in range. But
you see Dengar and you go, well, he's not going to 4K because he can do a sloop.
Yeah, I wouldn't have anticipated the 4K. Could he have slooped actually because of the direction of?
Was it 3? He might eclipse the cloud.
Yeah, because one way's good, one way's bad for him. That is a crit on Tomax Bren, which is stunned pilots. Not terrible. Could be worse.
Yeah, of all the crits out there, it's you're already trying to avoid obstacles, right? That's stunned. No, which one's stunned?
Stunned. So if you, stunned is the obstacles one. Hold on, I've got a set somewhere around here. Several sets, but yeah. Stunned is if you go over an obstacle, you'll suffer a damage, because you're stunned. Which in nowadays, I mean, you go over an asteroid and that could be 3 damage.
I think Ben is checking for range onto Tomax, ignoring Jonus sitting right in front of him.
I think he's looking for the. It's ion cannon, so. But that's evades. That's natties. Could have done with some of those earlier.
I mean, you could always do with evades.
Yeah. Yeah, so he was looking to ion cannon Tomax just to keep him in a disadvantageous position. That
And you say that,
really
but
good roll.
if he goes forward 1 and Dengar goes forward 1, surely Dengar just bumps into him.
True, but it puts him in a nice place for Cad just to come and like jump him.
It does, but I feel like if you know you're going 1 forward, you would definitely drop some bombs behind you.
I mean, I've got a punishing one behind me. I want to drop bombs on anyway. I wish I had mines, to be honest. There is the Gar Saxon trigger with Bossk. And that is the Marksman trigger. That's 3 crits on Oiken.
Now, how many times can Bossk do his... It's 1 time, isn't it?
1 time. So he can
Bossk
turn a crit into 2 hits.
Yeah, basically 1 crit from Bossk becomes a direct hit kind of thing.
Essentially, yeah.
Although
but there we go.
If the shields... Well, It's interesting because you could potentially change them and then block them.
Yeah, I mean, you could potentially, if you left it as 3 crits, if it went fuel leak into a hull breach, or hull breach into direct hit, into fuel leak, it's a mess. It can really destroy.
Has just taken a bunch of stuff. Then again, not really the worst ones for structural damage. Well, he didn't have any evade anyway. And disabled power regulator, he's already got an eye on.
No, because Bossk spent it.
But now he's going to just get it back.
Yeah. Ooh, 1 more damage onto Dengar. Notorious onto the rear. And I think we're about to see the double. Just 2 is not terrible. That's not good. That's 2 damage. Poor Interceptor.
I mean, he intercepted in the last round.
I mean, he intercepted all of those lasers to the hull.
He's still got 1 health.
He's still got 1 health. So, I mean, Larier's a very cheap pilot. He's just sort of like a throw in there 3-point pilot. So, 1 damage going in onto Viktor there from Oiken. That, I believe, is end of the round. Yep. So, scoring, it is 9-2 at the moment. So, again, Ben's got slightly better position than I have on those obstacles.
He does.
Spaceships.
Yeah, you do have Dengar pretty low.
Dengar is very much in danger.
I'm concerned about Bossk slowly just working his way across the board, though, for you.
Yeah. Ponderous bus. So, but like the YV666 is a scary ship to come up against because although it hasn't got the best dial in the world, it's got a 180 arc and a lot of health and a lot of scope for upgrades.
I think it's got a lot better now that we have scenarios, because previously you just go, right, I just need to get behind it. Now you point Bossk at a scenario token and you go, you want to be over there, don't you? Get in front of me.
Basically. But we've got 1 Bomblet Generator down from Jonus, 1 from Tomax, hoping that at least one of those is going to catch something.
I feel like those are good placements.
Yeah.
Even if they are just deterrents at the end of the day.
I mean, that's the thing that sometimes some players need to remember with your devices is that if they do damage, amazing, great work. If they force your opponent to do something they didn't want to do, again, great work. You want to disadvantage your opponent where possible. So, area denial is just as good as actually causing damage.
I was trying to work out how you changed the turret on Oiken, but then I remembered you've got Agile Gunner, which is
I love
very good upgrade.
I've really come to appreciate how good Agile Gunner can be.
Like for one thing, if there's no special combo you need to do with a specific gunner, yeah, throw it on.
1 point to go, I can change it at the end turn. Yes, it does telegraph a little bit what you're potentially going to do, but at the same time, it's an action saved.
Yeah. And on some ships, it's also a stress save.
True. Fortunately, on the Decimator, rotate is white, and so is coordinate with Tactical Officer, which is another one that I've actually started to appreciate more.
Now, are we going to see a barrel roll, or can you boost? So we can boost.
Can boost.
Okay, we'll see what Ben decides to get out of this. I feel like it's going to be a focus boost to try and get just right up next to the rear.
I mean, that's a nice 3 points if he can wipe him out, and it with dead to rights, it completely goes, oh, what's that? You got an evade? No, you don't.
But again, having the Bomblet token there means Ben has to do something to avoid some potential damage.
Which I don't think he's managed to get himself out of range.
It's close.
It's so very close. The angle itself doesn't... It makes it a bit tricky to see, but fingers crossed for the Empire that he does get caught, and that's a bump from Viktor.
Yep. The one thing I'm not a huge fan... I mean, I get that they are only 2 points, the Bomblet Generator, but it's not guaranteed damage. You could roll the dice and get nothing.
There is that, which is always a bit disappointing. Like, you kind of hope that it just... I mean, not all of them are guaranteed damage, but you kind of hope that there's something with it. I mean, even if you look at thermal detonators, I think it's only on a blank that nothing happens. So yeah, you get a strain for a focus, hit and crit for hit and crit. And everything else is either automatic damage or quite obvious, it's going to do something.
Yeah, but then they're more expensive, so...
True. I mean, thermal debts are 5 points now. That's a bump.
Interesting. And there's a lot of ships in Dengar's way, so...
It's going to be tough for him to get out of the way of at least the one that's behind him.
Okay, so remove that token from the bomb being placed.
Carefully remove it. Oh, it's a bump.
It's going straight. I don't think that is far enough to get away from the bomb.
Dengar is 100% caught by that device. I am happy about that.
You'll be very happy if it does the 2 damage you need to finish him off before he even shoots at initiative 6.
Yeah, because I mean, I'm looking at it right now. I'm going, I've got 2 ships in very serious danger right now.
If Dengar doesn't go down here, Larir is gone. Between him and Cad shooting at Larir,
there's a crit. There's a hit. Dengar is down. Bombs away.
Bomblet.
And the other one would have caught him as well.
Oh, okay. Okay. That means there's more dice to roll, I think.
No, I think we elected not to roll for Dengar.
Sorry, I mean for other ships.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure that looking at what we just saw there, Tomax is caught. If Cad is caught, then Tomax is. So,
but you know what? What's that? 1.
Tomax takes 1.
Right, so that's the damage on Tomax. I'll take 1 damage to get the 2 on Dengar. That's a worthy trade.
Oh, nothing on Cad. But yeah, 6 points taking Dengar out, taking a double tapping I6 with Greedo. I am happy.
Yeah,
that is a great trade. And also, it's brought the points back to 9 to 8. So
when something like that happens, where you put in a bunch of effort to try and avoid a bomb, you go, oh, I didn't quite get away, and then you don't take any damage anyway. You go, I didn't need to do all this extra steps, did I? I could have sat back safer without a stress token and be happy.
So nothing from Tomax or Jonus into Cad Bane there. I mean, it was always going to be a tough one from Jonus there. Although Jonus should also have a stress token, I will point out. Because he did a K-turn. He's only got the strain.
He might do a blue next time anyway.
Oh, that's a bit of a whiff on heavy laser cannon there. Luckily, there are some evades.
Yeah, that's just not a good shot from Cad. Did he have
rolling low wolf for those? He had the focus, but he rolled blanks, so no target lock.
Yeah, there's no real reroll abilities. He's very token focused. Looking at his abilities.
Viktor, 1 damage onto Oiken, get him down to 6 hull. It's a good job.
Yeah, getting through all of that health, bit by bit.
And it's a shame that Oiken is stressed there, because otherwise Minister Chur would have activated and given him a reinforce. Oh, that's not a great shot from Bossk there. And no marksman to turn it to a crit, so just 2 damage. Oiken is doing all right. So is he going? I think he's going for his not range 0 shot into Viktor because he counts at range 1 when he's bumped.
Oh, true. Yes, it's Oiken's ability. Yeah.
Shame he had no green tokens though. Disappointing.
But I think trying to get some damage onto Viktor seems better than kind of making a start on Bossk at this point.
Yeah, I mean, Viktor is hurting already, so take the advantage where I can. So scoring some points there, 10-9 at the moment. But whilst they're getting all the dials set to go into the next round, just want to remind you guys, if you do like what we're doing here at Art of Art Gaming, you can support us on Patreon. The link is in the description below. As always, you can, if you go for our top tier, tell us what to fly, and hopefully we'll do a good job for you. But the Patreon link is in the description below.
It's another bomb.
Nimble bomber as well.
I love it. What options does Cad have for turning around? Oh, he does have the talent roll.
But he is stressed.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, he's not going to do that, is he?
So he's either going to turn in or turn away.
What so, he's got banks as blue or straights. So I would imagine he would do a bank to his right, kind of landing where Larir is.
Potentially. Obviously, Larir's going to move before him regardless of road.
Maybe move to be kind of just in front of Larir.
Yeah.
Anticipating maybe a sloop or something. I'm wondering what's going to happen with those 2 big ships up the top, but we'll have to wait and see on that.
Yeah.
Oh,
a heavyweight fight. Ooh, coming around that to try and get away from the bomb. Obviously don't want to bomb myself and I only have 1 health.
You know what, Larir's he's still around.
He's doing some good work.
And if he survives this round, he's at least on that center objective, I think.
Yeah, just about in range. Well, one thing I will say, like, when I've been thinking back on this game and obviously getting all the edits ready for uploading this, something I probably would have changed with flying Larir is, although he did well in helping to take Dengar down, I think I should have just did like a slash and burn on Dengar and then just carried on up around the back for that top objective, possibly. But it's a hard one to say. Yeah. He did help with Dengar, but maybe I should have used him as an objective capture ship.
I guess, yeah, if he captures like 3 objective points, he's paid for himself.
Yeah. If he'd have gone up for that top left objective, I think, because there's nothing up there to challenge him, he could have circled it.
Be behind Bossk.
Yeah. So could have got behind Bossk, could have just circled that objective. It's just things when you look back and you think back, maybe that's what I would do with him next time.
And now you know.
Yeah. But I mean, he helped take Dengar down. He survived a point-blank shot from Cad Bane, and it's a TIE Interceptor, and I like flying TIE Interceptors, so I'm all happy.
Yep.
Viktor just doing a flyby.
Was that not a... How fast did he go?
3?
Why is he
It was
still...
straight.
Oh, they put the stress down for the boost that he just did.
Yeah, focus boost. Going for that objective.
Not the boost, I'll just leave the token with him. Fair enough.
Yeah.
I was trying to work out why he was still stressed. He wasn't, but he's again.
Ooh. Too hard round. That leaves him stressed.
Oh. So it's always annoying when that happens.
Yeah.
But at least the maneuver template didn't move, and I don't think the angle that Tomax was sitting at too important.
No, the move. Luckily, Ben had the move template down, and Tomax was. I'm almost 95% sure he's in pretty much the right position. Again, this is one of our casual Wednesday night games. It was really nice to fly against Ben, actually, because me and Ben haven't flown against each other very often. Like, we're normally like on different tables, just like checking each other's lists out, going, I like what you got there. That's a cool list. He has a tendency to run gauntlets as well, which I love. And his gauntlet is painted like red and like dark grey. Just looks really cool.
Is that the Darth Maul? Sorry, not Darth Maul. He's just Maul now, isn't he? Maul.
It's very much the Maul-esque one, yeah.
That's cool.
But it looks really cool, and he flies a lot of Scum. In fact, I've just worked out most Bens at the store like Scum more than anything else. Interesting. But hey, yeah, it was lovely to fly against Ben. We had a really good laugh with this one.
I can't remember what's going to happen. Like, Bossk is going to shoot. He will... Well, I don't... Oiken's only on 4 health. If Oiken lives, he's got a decent shot back into Bossk.
Yeah. Double crit on Cad from the Bomblet Generator. Shame he still had shields, but makes up for the last one. Tomax.
The Bomblet does only do regular damage, even if you roll a crit.
Interesting. You are right, but still. 2 shields down on
It's one of those obscure things where you roll a crit, you go, yeah, it's like, well, hang on, let's just double check the wording on the card, because it does vary a bit.
Yeah. Barrage Rockets into... Sorry, Jonus Barrage Rockets into Bossk just outside of range 1, so can do that. Focus, his own reroll. Yeah.
One evade, yeah, you're going to reroll that. You got the ability to, and it worked out. Nice.
Oh, all 3 shields down on Bossk. Lovely. Only 9 more health to go.
Well, I mean, Ben's done a good job chewing through the, 16 health of Oiken, so... It can happen. Especially with the lower ability ships, like, that health does disappear.
Yeah, I mean, obviously you look at Bossk, he's got 12 hull compared to Oiken's 16, but Bossk obviously has that evade as well, that 1 dice, which can be so key sometimes. I mean, the only way Oiken would get a dice now is if it was range 3 through an obstacle because of the structural damage. Oh, that's hit crit. And is that going into Oiken? No, that's gone. Oh, that's gone into the rear.
Shot into the rear.
Night, Lareer.
I mean, I would rather lose Lareer than take that damage on top. Can Bossk still do his ability at range 0, can he?
I'm not entirely sure, actually.
Because that could have potentially been the 4 damage he needed.
Depends on the timing of it, because you're modifying your dice, which you can't do at range 0.
Your attack after the neutralize results step. You can spend
Maybe you can. We're going to have to look that up. If anyone does know, can Bossk use his ability
I'm
at range 0?
not thinking that you can, because it's not like a modify thing, but I'm not 100% sure on it. Let us know in the comments what you think, or if there is a ruling.
Yeah.
Right.
Fuel leak on Bossk there from Oiken.
I mean, you'd like to think Oiken can do some damage at range 0 with his ability and, all other shenanigans.
Just want to point out, Bossk was literally millimeters out from claiming that top objective. When you moved the template, it actually rotated through the gap in the objective.
Now, we talked about the eye on Oiken earlier. He now does have the 3.
Yes.
So we know that he's doing either a forward or a bank. So he's basically just staying put.
Staying right there. Taking his focus. He's fine, he loves it.
Now, did you consider using the Agile Gunner to change your gun?
No, because the way I looked at it, I was like, well, Bossk is not going to be able to get out of my arc.
True, if he gets past you and he's out of the arc, then he's not shooting at you. And if he stays, you can still shoot forward. Yeah, fair enough.
And I've still got, I'm looking at going, thinking I'm likely to have Viktor or Cad there anyway. So, and again, I couldn't use Discipline because Oiken was stressed, and it's a barrel roll or lock action.
I do like Ben getting on that objective, though, just putting a bit more pressure on you to get some points.
Yeah. Ooh. Looks like he doesn't actually clear that with the bank. So the top rear corner of his base would have clipped mine.
He should remove the stress, though, I think.
No, because he's bumped, he's taken the focus.
Oh, right, so he did the blue, yeah. Again, it's the leaving the stress token down in preparation for getting another one that's throwing me off a little bit.
Yeah, it's something we actually tend to do quite...
When the players do it, but when I'm doing the commentary and I can't hear them explaining that that's what they're doing, they just throw. Yeah. I really don't mind when people do it.
Close there from Tomax on that obstacle.
He?
Not in a great position though.
No, I think he... I'm trying to work out if he can go straight next turn, but I don't think he's
probably not. He'll, if anything, he'll bank.
Also, is Jonus in Bossk's arc or not?
Right, let me just find some things that I can put up against the screen.
I think he is.
I've just put a card along the line there, and he is in the arc.
So why didn't you barrel roll?
Because I wanted the focus, clearly. Because I'm also looking at it, it's more than likely that Bossk is going to go into Oiken.
Oh, into Oiken. Yeah, I guess so.
Oiken's got 4 health. Yeah, 4 health with no evades.
Fair enough. It's like, you know what, you can shoot Oiken, but I'm going to get a good shot into the side of you.
Yeah.
Okay, I get it.
Crit going into Viktor there from Tomax.
Nice.
And the crit is damage sensor array.
Okay.
At this point, a bit of a nothing crit, really. It's not really going to play much. I mean, Viktor's in an interesting position. It will take a couple of turns for him to really get back in the fight.
Yeah.
Just looking at where everything will, from their position, where they're likely to move.
Oh, Ben's...
Oh, is he debating...
Tomax?
I honestly, if it was me, I'd just think Bossk is going to get shot, but it's going to be worth trying to get as much damage into Oiken as possible. Even if he doesn't like crit him out.
Yeah, if you leave Oiken on like 1 or 2 health, then Cad or Viktor can pretty easily get that on him.
Yeah. Tomax will have 3 evades at that range.
Ooh.
So hit crits. That's into.
I think that is into.
Oiken.
Why don't you? Oh no, yeah, there we go. I can tell if you were grabbing dice or.
Yeah. So hit crit is a panicked pilot. Yes. Panic pilot on a decimator. That's going to take a while to clear if I get a chance.
So it looks like Ben decided to play it as can't use Bossk's ability.
Yes.
Okay.
Which I feel I don't even think we asked the question, 2 crits back. With a fuel leak, that's brilliant. Looks like he got an evade.
Something triggers the fuel leak though.
So crit, loose stabilizer, and another damage.
He's got a decimator.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't even think we had a discussion about it. I think he just played it that way straight away.
I only ever really ask because I can never remember the rules off the top of my head for a range 0 shot, like what you can and cannot do. I never remember it. I always have to look it up again.
Oh, I think that was actually Jonus that did that. And that was Oiken. He's been a bit ineffectual in his shooting, but still, we've got Bossk down to basically half.
But Ben has those objective points.
If sensible Phil would shoot the decimator off as far forward as quickly as possible.
If Ben takes out any one of your ships, he's got it.
But would appear sensible Phil is not here today.
Okay.
Silly Phil is here. Yeah, I should. Full disclaimer: I should have just zoomed off as fast as I could with the decimator. Ignored the fact that I had a Bossk in front of me that I wanted to kill. I should have done a 4 forward, cleared everything, and possibly got quite close to that objective up the top there.
Yeah.
I don't think I'd have made it, but
I mean, we got in your dial. That's 3s. I mean, you're already double stressed anyway. I think if you were to do like a 3 bank towards the shiny objective.
The shiny one. Yeah, it's so shiny I almost missed it because it blends in. Oh, nice camera knock there.
No, we got the Dutch angle.
Yep. Get it back up. Surprising how few times the camera has actually been knocked like that. I think that's in over 300 videos. That's only the 2nd time the camera has been knocked, and both times have been by Ben's.
An interesting statistic to make note of.
It's a random thing, but that's going to be a dead Oiken.
Yes.
As, I mean...
Unless you get some incredible damage out of seemingly nowhere.
Great. Does fit, but is that a bump? Oh, it is a bump, unfortunately. That's a shame. I mean, that would have been amazing if it wasn't a bump. It would be nigh on impossible to one-shot Cad off the board, but could have been good. Oh, and whiffed it anyway. Woohoo!
Yeah, I think Ben... I think the early turns where he had his group spread out and got those objectives gave him enough of a points difference. He's also managed to kind of deny you objectives by contesting seemingly all of the ones you're at.
Yeah, he's done a very good job at that, and I think as well, taking Reimer off the board so early, giving me less guns,
that
helped. But yeah, he had a good spread. Obviously, I was trying to keep my bombers together to focus fire down Dengar, hoping to then bring them back in to potentially focus fire down Bossk, which I got so incredibly close to focus firing Bossk down. He's down to 4 hull. So, not done a bad job there at all, to be honest.
I mean, I get wanting to stick together and focus fire, but you could slow roll in, grab some objective points on the way, and then group up for a shot, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, that's definitely probably a bit better of what I could have done, but I at least got some objectives this time. I did a bit better.
Yeah, your bomb placements were great. The Barrage Rockets did their job. Oiken was a real nuisance to Bossk the whole time.
Yeah, they just had a nice slugging match there, which I quite enjoyed. And oh, that's 2 damage. That is Oiken gone.
And that is a lot of points for Ben.
And that puts him up 24-9. And literally nothing I can do, so I've just called it. I mean, we still have some more shooting to be done, but I don't think anything is likely to go down. And if we look at the placement as well, it'll be another 2 points.
Best case scenario, you maybe take out Bossk and get 6 points.
It would be a tall order, but it is a potential. But yeah, in the long run, I had an absolutely wicked time playing that game. It was great fun. Ben used all of his tricks so well.
Some fun combinations. I do like how his list is put together.
And I will say, taking Dengar out as quickly as I did probably allowed me to last as long as I did in this game. If Dengar was still around, he would have caused me no end of trouble. So I'm happy that I got him out. I think he was the ace power play in Ben's list. Yeah,
you look at Ben's list and you go, okay, the Cad and Viktor are annoying, but I can deal with them later. It's a case of, do you want to take out Bossk first, or do you want to take out Dengar first? And it's like, nah, Dengar.
Dengar is just really good. So happy to take him out. Would have been nice if I'd got Bossk, but you know what? Again, great game there. So well done to Ben. Absolutely fantastically flown, and thanks for being on the channel. James, I do hope you enjoyed that.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Thank you. And guys, we do have a live stream coming up next weekend, the 22nd of July. We have the Entoyment X-Wing Store Championship, where we will be bringing you 6 games throughout the day live. So we do hope to see you there. Come and chat with us in the chat. Keep us entertained all day. Let us know who you think is going to win that and who is flying a list that you think is awesome, but we hope to see you there. But in the meantime, guys, don't forget, like this video, subscribe to the channel, and we will see you next time.